In this short video, I'm going to show you a few different ways to maximize your dog's potential from puppy to adult. First and foremost, you need to prioritize your puppy's diet as soon as you bring it into the home. You need to pay attention to how your puppy is growing and be ready to make changes if needed. A common thing people will do when they bring a new puppy into their home is they will go out and buy the most expensive or most popular bag of puppy dog food. And if they're not careful, they could be doing the worst possible thing for their dog's growth and development. As you can see here in this popular bag of dog food, there's more crude protein than there is crude fat and crude fiber. Many do not know that this can actually be damaging to your puppy. A high amount of protein can cause a secretion of a hormone called IGF-1. IGF-1 is a growth hormone within all mammals that enlarges hands and feet and can enlarge bones. This in particular can be damaging to your large breed puppy, mainly for the fact that your puppy has a lot of bone to grow, and that is a slow process. And what grows even slower than bone is the tendon that holds your bones together. When you are constantly secreting IGF-1 in your puppy, the puppy's bones are growing faster than they should be. The simple solution to this bad bag of puppy dog food is simply adding external carbs in the form of sweet potato or rice. Which leads me to my next tip, supplementation. If you spend $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 on your dog, doesn't it make sense to spend a fraction of that on supplements? I have a lot of good videos on my Instagram and YouTube showing what I feed and supplement our dogs. I have one video in particular that shows exactly what I did to turn my Corso female from having east-west to straights in just a week. Here's something you can start trying today. Try elevating your dog's food bowl. This is something I've experimented with for a while. The main reason I like doing this is because it puts your dog in a natural stance. What I often see is our dogs leaning into their food bowl, putting themselves on their toes and strengthening their feet. What you can also do is elevate their food to about 1 foot to 1.5 feet above their natural stance. Provide a block for the dog, and what it will do is when they're reaching for their food, they are standing on the block and working their front legs, but now their back legs are also engaged. Which leads me to my next tip. Throw your dog's food on the ground. This might sound crazy or it'll make sense, but one day I noticed my dog sniffing for something in the yard. I couldn't help but notice how low they were to the ground and how much they were engaging their chest. For this reason, I like this practice because they don't even realize they're doing push-ups or bear crawls, but they are. Don't do this for your dog or puppy's main source of food. Do this after your dogs have eaten. This, along with some daily exercise in the yard, will ensure your dog stays healthy. But be careful exercising your young puppy, because with all large breed dogs, it takes a long time for them to develop, and if you rush their exercise, it could cause damage. One thing I've really grown to enjoy is stacking. Unfortunately for Jai, I didn't know how to stack, or even what stacking was when I brought him into our home. By the time we got Dacia, I was familiar with show dogs. We started very slow when she was a puppy, rewarding her just for standing still. As we've progressed, we've introduced an adjustable stacking box that I made. This allows her the comfortability of stacking in the same exact position over and over. And this right here is what we're trying to do. The main reason I wanted to stack was because I liked what it did for the dog structurally. Mind you, I've never tried it with a dog, but I figured it could be like yoga, and the dog could build a strong structure through stacking. And through repetition, Dacia has built a very nice structure. Luckily enough for Jai, he came with it. Mind you, Dacia is only 14 months, and Jai is 2 years old in the picture. Which brings me to my next point. Be patient. The Corso is a large dog, and it takes a lot of time for it to grow into its body and to mature. My mentor has even told me that it takes 3 years for the Corso to fully mature. Which really makes a lot of sense because Jai is still changing to this day. He is almost 3 in December. But I say this to say, do not rush your puppy. A lot of people think it'll be cool to have a 100-pound puppy. A puppy you can show off and take with you to different places. Talk about how young your dog is. But the problem with that is you're robbing your dog of a healthy future. Be patient and allow your dog to mature in its own time. Which brings me to my final point. A lot of people like to talk about their championship bloodline dog or their European import and how special their dog is because of its pedigree. While I do believe genetics is super important, I believe the upbringing of the dog is even more important. You teach your dog to have a good structure. You teach your dog to have good manners. And you teach your dog to have a good temperament. Genetics plays a huge role in that, but the upbringing of the dog outweighs any of that. Thanks for watching.